Hi there folks, I'm Bryce Holdaway, the co-host of the Property Couch podcast, and today with me is Hayley Mitchell, who is one of the greatest property management trainers in this country with Mitchell PT, as well as you have an Airbnb business as well. So, but we got together recently for a number of reasons, but one of them was because we thought there was an opportunity to help property managers better understand property investing concepts. So first of all, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
That's a pleasure. And tell us, you've got a very long history in the property management industry. What's been your experience of property managers and their understanding of the fundamentals of property investing?
Yeah, it's very interesting. A lot of property managers get into real estate because they love property. But they're not investors themselves, so they don't really understand the property journey. So I guess getting together with you was a bit of an idea to educate property managers on the investment journey so that hopefully they can understand their clients better and have a better experience for their clients as well.
I love it. So what we are doing is we're putting together a 4-part video series where ideally we're going to give you some information that will help you in your journey as a property manager so that you better understand why your clients are investing in the first place. But on that point, Hayley, I know you're a property investor, I'm a property investor, but I think it's important for all property managers to understand that there is a bigger picture, there is a North Star that these investors are going for, right?
Yeah. Definitely. So I've been in the industry now 25 years, which is terrifying. I can't believe it, but I have. But I've owned property I think I bought my first property maybe 15 years ago. So for the first sort of 10 years in my career, I wasn't a property investor. So definitely once I bought my first property, I kind of went, oh, I get it. Like it just takes you to the next level. But I think that there's a lot of information that we can give to property managers, even if they don't own their own property, just to understand that investment journey.
So take us to that point. You're in it for 10 years,
Yep.
And then something happened where you thought, I'm going to invest in a property.
Yep.
What was that, and why did you?
I'd been saving up for a while and I thought I'll save for my deposit, which I did. And then I was working in South Yarra and an apartment came up for sale in South Yarra, I still own it. And I bought it. And I remember I was so excited about buying this property. And I think at the time it was, $250,000 or something like that. And I got in there, I did a full renovation on the property and had it on the long-term rental market for many, many years. It's now been converted to a short-term rental and it's doing really, really well. And that property, well, my daughter's already put dibs on it, so apparently she's keeping it. So we'll just see what happens. But I am, I guess, a little bit emotionally attached to that one, which isn't great for an investor. But the reason for that is it was my first property. So I'm hoping to keep that for a very long period of time and pass it down to my kids.
So I guess as you're listening to this, there's a reason why Hayley bought that first investment property. There's a reason why I bought my first investment property. It's really simple, folks. You heard Hayley say just then that it cost $250,000. You couldn't do that again. It's the price has grown so much that now looks really cheap. But at the time...
Oh my gosh, it was so much money.
It seemed like a lot of money.
Yeah, no, it was so much money. And I remember just going, oh my God, I'm in so much debt. But there's good debt. And it's been a really good property and it performs really, really well.
So I guess the point is this. If you buy a property for $500,000 and you can hold it for, let's just say for simplicity, for 10 years, let's assume you've bought the right one, that $500,000 property becomes $1 million, you've essentially created $500,000 in equity.
Correct.
And that, folks, is the reason why your clients, why the property investors are buying a property. Now, we'll get into some terms like negative gearing later. We'll get into some terms around lending structures. We'll get into some ways that you can actually help your clients renovate or maintain. But essentially, we want to be really clear that most property investors have made a choice that at some point in the future, they don't want to rely on the government. They don't want to rely on the pension. They want to be self-funded.
Correct. And that's what I want to do as well.
And by that, they then, if they've done it correctly, let's say they might have one or two of these investment properties. If they've done it correctly, they might have paid it off over the journey. And then if they can, guess what? The rent that comes in to the portfolio is money that they live on.
Correct. Funds their lifestyle. Yep.
So I guess what would be your hope in this 4-part series that anyone who's watching this, what's the fundamental hope that you have that by being better educated around property investing, what impact that will have on them day to day as a property manager?
Number one, I'd love it if property managers had more knowledge about the process so that they can help and empower their clients, but also to empower themselves. Because a lot of people work in property management that go, I can never buy my own property, but you actually can, and there's ways to do it. And I know we're going to talk about self-managed super and a whole lot of different methods. So, you know, sometimes it is taking that first step, but I want people to have financial freedom at the end of the day.
So there you go, folks. Hayley wants you to have financial freedom. So not only will this series make you a better property manager, but hopefully we plant a seed, there's a spark that gets set off that drives you to not only want to collect rent and manage properties on behalf of your clients, but ultimately you want to do it for yourself. So the next video that we're going to cover off, Hayley, is around asset selection, and to help you as a property manager understand what actually is a good property investment and what is one that maybe not such a good property investment. So we want to equip you with those tools. So we're looking forward to that. Hopefully this has set the scene on what will become a series that you find very, very beneficial. But I'm excited to do this with you, Hayley. We've got some good tips, and Hayley's got a lot of experience on both sides of the equation as a property investor herself. And of course, she just mentioned that she's been in the property investment industry for 25 years. So there's a lot of intellectual property and intellectual horsepower that we get to share. But folks, make sure you stick around. If you like this video, share it, tell others about it. But make sure you tune in to the next video, which is all about asset selection.